this is going to be a long video. Because this is a complete updated version of my reading recommendations. It's not complete, because I'm not doing every single book. No, not doing that. And it is entirely possible that I talk about a book I talk about for these. It's entirely possible I do that again for one I already talked about. I grabbed the wrong book. I'll be right back. But, and the other ones, I'll show you in a minute that I'm definitely going to be talking about all of them again. I know why I didn't notice that. I didn't grab the right book. I didn't technically grab the wrong book because they're both ones I'd recommend. And some of these aren't as good as the others. They're just books I want to talk about. I don't want to call it a book to want to talk about. Comic book reviews, I guess. I don't know. But, okay, so these ones, they're going to be all the ones I've talked about before that are in the bin that I did for the ones like these. So, each and every one like this, I'm talking about that one. Alright, let's start. This is going to take forever. Civil War. And this is, I just realized that why they called it Civil War. They call it Civil War because it's brothers fighting brothers, teammates fighting teammates. This isn't that bad. It's been a long time since I've read it, so I probably shouldn't be talking about it, but I mean, it has many problems. But the artwork is amazing. It's the same team that brought you, same duo that brought you Old Man Logan, which I recommend if I haven't already talked about it. That's an essential Wolverine story, and you don't have to really read a whole lot of Wolverine stories to understand it. You probably want to have a lot of knowledge about the character. Maybe watch all the movies. I don't know. It's a lot like the Logan movie, where he's an old man and it's one last ride. Even though, spoilers for Logan, he doesn't die in Old Man Logan like he dies in Logan. I think he dies later in the comics. I don't know. Actually, I do know. So spoilers of that too. Look, I knew. I got spoiled for me. So yeah, this one is not bad. I mean, I wouldn't get it at the $25 price tag that I paid for it. I would get it at your local library. They probably have it at one of them. They don't have it at mine, I don't think. I think they do. I don't know. Yes, they do. They have the hardcover collection. So yeah, get it at your local library. The hardcover has more than that one does. The Walking Dead. Just the whole series. Now I'm going to be doing volume 2s and volume whatevers of some for a damn good reason. I just realized I got The Walking Dead, this volume, but I have The Walking Dead at the library. So I'm going to be doing books at the library too. That's what I was going to do that's what I was originally going to do, but I was like, you know what, the hell with it, I'll do a huge one. Because I had done a draft of the floppy ones, that's what these are called. But it went terribly. I didn't like how it went. Oh, I'm gonna have to go through those again. House of M. This is damn good. Brian Michael Bendis at his best. These characters as their best. The whole future messed up storyline at its best. Just A+ material. I cannot recommend this enough. Pay full price. It is worth it. It's worth $24.99, which is the same price as this, which is inferior in every capacity to this. This is probably one of my favorite comics of all time. Events, definitely. And you don't have to read... Well, you do. I've heard you have to read all these tie-ins, but I didn't need to. But that's me. I don't usually get too terribly confused with that. But sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Alright. Infinity Gauntlet. I would say just read this one. I started reading Infinity War, which is the sequel to this. Didn't really like it as much. This is quintessential. I would almost say to read the Silver Surfer one before, because I was reading the first issue of that. I read it twice, and I'm gonna be reading it a third time because I forgot what happened in it. It's one downside, or upside if you think of it that way. But I like that one too. So maybe get the Silver Surfer one before, because that's the technical prelude to this. This feels much thicker than I thought it was. It's only $19.99 for a thick book like this. This is for volume 1, this is volume 2, I know, so is the next one, but I don't have volume 1. Both I have both this one and the next one I'm showing you. Volume 1 is on the Kindle, which is on this thing right here. Lock and Key. The series, if you're looking at the series and like, I want this to be more adult, this is what it is. I'm surprised that they did that. I don't know why they did that. That's the one thing I hate about the series. I haven't finished yet. I haven't finished the comics either, so. It's like, it's fantasy. It's like, he's, look up the trailer on Netflix. I'm not gonna go through storylines. I'm just gonna say it's good. I like it. I like, you know. And, it's different. You know, I like it. It's also written by the son of Stephen King, one of my favorite authors. So, got that too. He also wrote, Joe Hill is his name, the author of that, and the son of Stephen King. He also wrote Nosferatu. I wish the first chapter was the rest of the book. We followed that character, but we don't, and I'm really struggling to get through the book, and I haven't read it in a long time. It's been a long time, actually. Even like when I know you're not following that character anymore, I'm like, I don't care about this character. I'm gonna go back to the mother with this the Nintendo DS. Like, automatically want a true story, by the way. I read the first page and it said Nintendo DS, and I was like, oh my god, memories. And then I was like, you know what, I'm getting this book, and because it was interesting too. It was just that's part of what got me into it. Sounds stupid, I know. This is what got me into Fantastic Four. This is what made me buy the John Byrne, you know, it's a completely different author, obviously. And also I wrote, Jesus, I can't talk right now. And also I read one of his, one of the ones that was, it's a True Believer one. It was 232, I believe. And I liked that one, so I was like, yep, getting that John Byrne omnibus. I think there's one more after this. I don't have to get the next omnibus, and I'm all set with this run. But this is super good. It takes everything I don't like about Fantastic Four and throws it in the trash, and then replaces it with everything I want in a Fantastic Four book. I should definitely review this on my Amazon account that I share from Amazon online. But this is good. They should just, for the MCU at Fantastic Four, they should just use this as a template. Script, whatever. I can say that. Next one is kind of tough. I don't really know why I got this. If you like dated material, then this is, and if you want to read all the first issues of like Thor, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Ant-Man, the Human Torch, Fantastic Four, if you ever want to read those, get this. For a thick-ass book like this, it's only $30. Get it while supplies last, because the next printing is going to be $39.99. I'm telling you now, or $34.99. It's going to be expensive. Is my point. I remember how happy I was when I got this. So excited to read it. Then I read it and I was like, oh, so it's stupid dated. Yeah. Just fair warning, it's incredibly dated. Untold Tales of Spider-Man. This is one of those ones that it takes place between the issues of the books. And but this was good when I read it. I don't think it'll confuse you. Is what I was trying to say. And I got this for cheap. I don't have it anymore unless I got rid of it. But this is when Spider-Man was bad in the 90s. This is when it got good. And this, I want the omnibus of it, and that's releasing next year. And if this ends up being worth a lot, I'll say here, and I'll get the money for it, and I'll use the money for get the omnibus. Or just save up money for my paychecks and not get comics for that week. It'll be worth it. And the Roger Stern one is getting an omnibus too next year. Back to basics. I think I talked about this one. This is a Nick Spencer run. I just did every book. Every book I want to talk about that I didn't think I had talked about previously, I put on the stack. We're already at 10 minutes. This is gonna be a long video. I hope it doesn't cut out. If it does, I'll do a part 2. It starts out slow, but once you get through it, it's good. I don't know why I thought it started out slow, because it was like everything I wanted in the book. I don't know. It wasn't like, I think it was the last issues. I honestly do not know why I thought it was slow, but I did. But it's not like it wasn't, and it made me not want to read it. That's my point. Kraven's Last Hunt, by far my favorite, or not by far, but probably my favorite Spider-Man book. It's dark, it takes itself seriously, and it came out in the 80s. I want to try and experiment with somebody. I want to give them this book, not tell them what year it came out in, and have them guess what year it came out in. Because back in the 80s, this is when it was ridiculous. They had a crossover with, what's his face? Not crossover. They had Secret Wars, and it was ridiculous. They literally did that Secret Wars storyline just to sell toys. So, 80s, it was a ridiculous time. Not too terribly ridiculous. 90s was worse. And speaking of 90s, this is a non-reading recommendation. This is the worst Spider-Man book I've ever read, and I hope this is worth a lot of money, even though I don't think it is. I thought it was the first printing, and it's expensive on Amazon for whatever reason. Even though the Epic Collection, like I've said before, I have talked about this before, the Epic Collection was worth more. It started out good. I will give it that. And I'll also give it, if you like 90s books, then I would get this. 10th printing. I don't think it's worth anything. I don't know why. It's like 45 and the book itself is 30. So, I don't get it. Now, this is pretty good. Like, probably, if you liked Maximum Carnage, definitely buy this one. But for a casual viewer, I would say, a reader, I would say to get the Vengeance of Venom thing. But I also kind of liked a few of the other ones that are in here, so maybe a reduced price at best. I'm not mad I got it. I'm mad. I got it on Amazon, so it was a little bit cheaper. And this one's a bit... So this is the 1999 series. It started on issue 1, 1999, with Howard Mackie. Then it was this guy, JMS. Get number 1. Just go from there. I got that, not this. I actually sell this. If you guys want it, I'll give it to you. I probably won't. It's probably worth something. If it's not worth anything, maybe. I don't know. But I got a lot of that series from a guy on Letgo. And it was probably one of the best deals I've gotten for a comic haul. Definitely one of the best. Definitely the best I got for a comic haul. And no, it wasn't the same guy I showed you the one before with all the books that were in terrible shape. And I was still pissed off to this day I didn't save 50 cents. I should have said 50 cents, not $1. No, they weren't worth that in that condition. Back to basics, Avengers. I don't know why I got this one. It's good. Don't get it at full price. It's fine. I liked it a lot better than I thought I would. Spider-Man versus Black Cat. This, if you want to see, whenever they make that Black Cat movie, this is the book to get. This has all her first appearances. They're all damn good stories. Each and every one of them was good. I enjoyed my time with it. And I think they got a reduced price. I had to have. A lot of these I got at that Nashua comic book shop, and they were like, there's a bargain bin, and hardly any of them, because I have reading recommendations for the majority of them. None of them disappointed. I might do this in 2 parts. I don't know. 13 minutes so far. Now these are the library books. Teen Titans, Jeff Johns run. Even after his run, this is the 8th one. So far, I'm liking it. It is damn good. You don't have to necessarily. You just have to know what happens. They play catch up. So if I wasn't too terribly confused, I don't think you'll be. Maybe get the Marv Wolfman one first. It wouldn't hurt to get that one. But this one is if you want an updated version of that one, I think it's a bit too dated. Then get this one. And you want it a bit darker. It's a bit darker, but not too dark. X Factor. I talked about this in my first. I'll put this as a thumbnail. I talked about this in my X-Men One Excellent Scene video, but this is good. It's a little choppy. It's like some issues I was like, I don't want to read this anymore. But then I would read on, and then I would like it more. And it's good. It's good. It's as good as they're saying it is. It's definitely, the story itself is good. It's that they're exploring all these different aspects I want them to explore. I think it's the writing that I don't like. I don't know. I don't hate it. It's just it's not perfect. it's not, and it's not as perfect. I had high expectations, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and they weren't exactly met. But not to say it's a bad book. I would still give it a 4 out of 5, regardless. This one, I like the first issue in this volume. This is volume 4, so I liked the 19th issue. But before that, it was very hit or miss. Insert that meme there. if I had editing software, I would insert that. It takes a little while to get into. If you like futuristic cable stuff, then by all means get it. It's Fabian Nicieza, and he, because of this run, I don't want to get his New Warriors, and because I heard it wasn't all that great. And this is a good one. This, it was one of those books I gave a second chance to, and I'm glad I did. 100 Bullets. Now this is a volume 1. Yay! And this is the one in Hudson, the Rogers Memorial Library in Hudson. I don't think any of you guys, except for my cousin, live near me, and my friend, I just don't think watches my videos. I don't know if she does. I think I've talked about liking her, so maybe it's a good thing she hasn't seen. Actually, yeah, in the live stream. Oh boy. She's engaged now, so I don't give a shit if she finds out I like her. Anyways, this is super good. I'm getting the next volume. I don't care if I have to spend money on it because I don't have the next volume in the library, but I'm glad I gave a second chance to this book. It's one of those books that, mild spoiler, you don't follow the same character throughout the series. And I don't know throughout the series, but I've read the first 6 issues, and it changes the characters every so often. That's Walking Dead. Okay. I'm gonna do a second cut. Nah. I'm gonna do as much as I can. 4 kids walked into a bank. I want to get the next issues. This is really damn good writing. One of those books that's like, you like it, that's different. It doesn't have to be like fighting this guy this, and you know, it's like, it's one of those ones that's like, you would read a book of, like, it's like not a big book though. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's different. It's not different, but it's different from what you normally would think of as a comic book. It's perfectly to describe it. It's different than what you imagine as a comic book. This isn't. I don't like this is why I really don't like Star Wars comics. I'm selling all of them, so you guys want them, you can have them. Star Wars comics are selling like hotcakes, so I'm obviously missing something. I'm also not a huge fan. I'm not huge, like, really into Star Wars. I'm not like a... I won't buy any of the memorabilia, although a lot of things I won't buy memorabilia of. I watched the movies, you know. I did get just as pissed off as everyone else was with Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. I did like Force Awakens, though. But, because I saw it way back in 2015, could change my mind, I don't know. But, like, I wasn't, like, crazy into it. Like, when everyone was like, this is the best thing ever, I was like, yeah, I guess. I will admit, it built the foundation for things that I do really like Guardians of the Galaxy and Halo. Even Halo I'm not huge into. Doom Patrol. This was not good. So these are all... I don't know why that 4 kids walk into the bank is in my wrong box. So wrong box is not just for books that I hate. It's also for books like that Fantastic Four John Byrne issue that I now have in an omnibus, so I have no use for a single issue like this. That was the perfect way to describe it, and I had such a hard time explaining it yesterday. In a video that I won't release, because I should have deleted it. Oops. Because it's going to take up storage space. Alright, there's that. This is just... Get the Grant Morrison run. Don't get this. I also don't like Gerard Way's writing style. I got Umbrella Academy at the local library, and I read 1 issue of it. I was like, I really wish I had time to read it in the library, because I would not have gotten it. It was just stupid. It's like, let's be kooky and weird just for the sake of it. I hope the Netflix show is a lot better. Like The Boys. The Boys is way better than the comic. Klaus, I don't even remember reading this one. I remember reading it, obviously, but I don't remember what it was about. I think it's like a weird guy. I don't know. Grant Morrison wrote it. Not everything Grant Morrison has written is good, and I guess this is proof of it. That and the Green Lantern one, which I think I will be talking about soon. Darth Vader. This is the best out of all of them. That and the Jason Aaron one. This and the Obi-Wan Kenobi one are why I didn't like Star Wars. Why I didn't like. Because this is prequel stuff. And it reminds me of the prequels. The prequels are why I didn't like Star Wars for the longest time. I didn't say I didn't like it, but like, I didn't know that it was good. Because that was way back in the day. Like when I was a little kid. And I didn't know what internet was. So I couldn't go on the internet and say, what's the best Star Wars movie? And it would say Episode 4, I think is the best one, in my personal opinion. Everyone says the fifth one, and then I would have seen it. But I did ask for the older ones one time. I got the sixth one, Return of the Jedi. Could never watch that one. That's why I'm reluctant to rewatch it. It's a whole thing. It's my Star Wars story. Death's Head, lame. I got 2 issues of that, and I hate that I got 2 issues of it, and that's why I own. So what I used to do for that's why I have so many of these, like the newer ones. What I would do is, if I had mine to spare, I couldn't just, save it. No, I wanted to go check out, and I don't blame myself for doing that, because that's how you get into, that's how you find that underground comic that you didn't know you had never heard about, but you read it and you liked it. But just Death's Head is why I don't do that anymore. And the grab bags, which I wouldn't do, but yeah. Next thing I'm getting is The Preacher. That's a good book too. I talked about it in the previous reading recommendation, but I'm getting all the Preachers next time. They have them all. I'm getting the rest of the remaining ones I need. Imperial Cadet. All I remember about this one is, and this might not even be right, is that he was locked up and he wanted to escape. I remember liking it a bit more. Domino and the Hot Shots. For a lot of these, I have nothing to say about, and this is one of them. I don't remember reading that one. All I remember is I wanted it to end. What I'll do for a lot of them is if I'm like, it's impossible for me to finish it, I'll read it aloud to myself. I'll whisper if I don't want to disturb anybody. But I'm just about to fall. Yeah, I'll read it aloud to myself, whisper it, or say it out loud like this. That's how I get through it. And that was one thing my dad would do too. That's when I know I've read truly terrible comic. I don't know how that helps. I'm still reading it. Is like, I just have no. I can't get through it without doing that. That's how I know it's a bad comic. Alright, Normandy Gold. Another one I don't know why I have in here, because the only thing I didn't like about this comic was the ending. This was one of those different ones too. Like, murder mystery in the comic book format. It was good. Don't remember it. Didn't like it. This is why I'm not gonna be a. Say it right. I'm not a big Turtles fan, and I wasn't a big Turtles fan to this book. And I got a double. Thank God it was free comic book day. It feels like they're different books, though. They are, actually, because this one has Road to 100 on the back. This one has TMNT on the back. But they're the same thing. Oh, wait, no, now I remember. This one had more in it than this one did. And they're both free. Yeah. Makes sense. Hated it. Just bad. But I had such high hopes and I was let down. How to do this wrong. This is how to do black characters wrong. Miles Morales, Spider-Man is how to do them right. And of course, Black Panther and those. But I mean like kid characters. I mean more recent. I was talking about. So one thing I want to point out. Keep in mind that this one came out way back when? Like 2010, 2009, 2007, I don't know. They got this in 2010. But let's see what that one looks like. Looks like they do with this one. I think this is issue 2. Yeah. Issue 1 obviously was bad, and issue 2 was just worse. Issue 2 was just as bad, if not worse. I regret getting 2 of these things. Well, 2 of these things like I got, okay. I say 2 of these things like I bought a double. But I mean like I regret getting the second issue. That's why for a lot of them now, the second issue is out right now. Like say the issue 2 was out this Friday and I just went to the comic book store. I would have read issue 1 the previous day. Bloodshot #1. How not to do a character. I'm surprised they made a movie out of him. New Mutants. Not the book to read if you wanted to get into New Mutants after watching the trailers and not the movie because it hasn't released yet of New Mutants. I haven't read a good New Mutants book, but I've heard that the Demon Bear is good. Joker. How not to do a character justice when you have a limited due to the comics code. Look it up. I'm not explaining it. Basically, way back when you had the censor comics because a big butt face, big asshole, wanted to censor comics. How not to do a funny character, a silly character. It wasn't all that bad. It was a little dated. Overrated as hell. I like Tom King, and I like his Batman Rebirth, which a lot of people say is his worst work, and I like that. So you would think I would like that Tom King Superman, because I like Superman now too. But I'm definitely getting into it. What I mean, and I like his Vision too. So I don't like all of Tom King's bad work. I really like his Vision. It's another one I'm glad I gave a second chance to. X-Force #4. This is why I don't do grab bags anymore. The Last God. Another overrated book, but I don't like that kind of story. But I like The Hobbit. I like Lord of the Rings. What I've read so far of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and what I saw from The Hobbit. I saw the last 2 movies. I don't know how the hell I wasn't super confused. Glad I paid $1 for this. I think it's worth something too. So there's a slew of these Age of X-Men ones. I guess this is one I hated. Pain to get through. New 2019 series is better. Maybe I need to give a second chance to it after liking the 2019 series a whole lot later. I don't remember it. Dated as hell. I'm not getting any more of this Hulk run. Forgettable. Just terrible, stupid. I remember it's stupid. It's like he was infected or something. Lame. Boring. Forgettable. Stupid. Boring. Hard to get through. Too long. Pacing is bad. How not do that. I wouldn't say how not to do this character wrong, because whatever one was. How not to do this character right. Because it wasn't bad. It wasn't like Williams bad. Ironheart bad. It was kind of lame. It took itself too unseriously. It was too silly, I guess. It was like, I don't know, like. So I don't like the Renew Your Vows. Whichever the Renew Your Vows one they released for free on Prime, I didn't like. It was just like it was like written for teenage girls, I guess. This one definitely was, but I don't know. I guess the wrong demographic for it. That's a perfect way to describe it. Technobabble. If you like futuristic technobabble, you have no idea what they're talking about. Read this one. If you don't, put it in the trash. Cool cover though. Artwork's pretty damn good. Another one I forgot about because there's a whole bunch of these that even I got. I don't even have them all, and I already was burnt out on those. Not getting any more of this guy. Maybe I need to give it a second chance, but no. This is the first bad comic I read that I got the newer ones. Glad this puppy's worth something. Maybe. My comic shop says it's worth something, but I don't think it is. This is good. This is one of the ones, because I have that Dark Knight 3 one. This is just one of the ones that I have no use for, because I have the collection that collects this issue and many more. And many more. Pretty damn good. I wish I had read the Batman Who Laughs, even though I don't like I didn't like Dark Knight's Metal. I like what they're doing here, when they're not focusing on the technicalities of these multiverses and they're getting too into it. I like Crisis on Infinite Earths and Infinite Crisis. So what they did there with talking about multiverses, I was like, perfect. I guess they just get too involved into it, and it's like just talking about it and just like exposition dump. This is why I think Scott Snyder's fallen off his high horse, because he wrote Dark Knight Metal, which I was just talking about, and this. Both I didn't like. I wish I dropped after issue 1. It's one of those ones I kept reading because I kept thinking it was getting good. It was gonna get good. I was like, why the hell am I doing that? This is funny. So this is not the original Hulk. This is a different Hulk. It's kind of weird. It's like a monster book. Yeah, doesn't it mean it's good? It's terrible. Stupid. Lame. Oh my god. I didn't think I had this one. Okay, so. Super unpopular opinion, but the Power Pack is the lamest superhero group. It's just stupid. There's like this stupid horse. It's lame. It's like it's gay. It's gay. If you grew up with it, there's a YouTuber who grew up with it and he likes it. Go like it, you know. I'm not gonna say you're gay for liking it, obviously. I'm just saying in my opinion, it's gay. It's gay lame, not gay. No one else likes this. Brian Michael Bendis has also fallen off his high horse, but way harder than Scott Snyder has. I'd sooner get another undiscovered county than this, or country, whatever the hell it's called. How long are we? 31. That's how bad my vision is. I gotta do this. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a second cut, because we haven't gone to the these ones yet. Conan. Only Conan book I have, and for a damn good reason. Invaders, it's Invaders. All I remember is I didn't like it. I hate this is for free now. We get this for free. Hate it. Lame. Bad. Why did I get 3 of these? Well, this one wasn't. This one was the best of all of those. Why did I get this again? I don't like any of these Thanos ones. Just read Infinity Gauntlet, which I also recommended. It's just okay. Don't like her Ryan anymore. Amanda Connor. I dropped that one at the first issue, so I'm learning. Learning to fly so you got wings. I ain't got wings, I can tell it goes. Yeah. All I know is that's Pidgeotto. Hey! We haven't even gone to these ones yet. There, yeah. It's a tight squeeze, hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me, y'all. I'm speed rounding these so you can't already tell. This is going the wrong vlogs, because not only do I have this in that Detectives hardcover, but it was stupid dated. Maybe I can scam somebody thinking it's a real one. So what I could do is people will buy like the cover of it, or the back cover for a good amount of money. I don't know if they will. Especially in my comic shop. Joker Killer Smile. It's pretty good. It's missing something. I'd recommend getting it. I'm not mad that I got it per se. I liked the twist in it, and I liked like the whole. I liked the storyline. It was just there was something missing, I guess. I don't know, but I recommend it wholeheartedly. It's good. And then Batman, the Smile Killer. This was so damn good. It's a sequel to that Joker Killer Smile. This was like, wow. This, I cannot stress enough how good this was. I highly recommend you guys read this one and the Joker Killer Smile one. You will not be disappointed. But honestly, I think that's what the Joker movie should have been different. It didn't have to make it that this. And I love the Joker movie. I watched it twice already, and I want to get the Blu-ray, but it's just you picked such a stupid thing to do. Like, yeah, I get it. His brain don't work good. He's crazy. Yeah, I've also seen that in other movies. You gonna be less original next time? Champions, like this one better. This is issue 2. I talked about. I'm gonna try and not do the ones I already talked about anymore. Scream, Curse of Carnage. I liked Absolute Carnage. Read that. This Wolverine one. Why is that one in here that as a true believer doesn't go there? Lock and Key was kind of lame. Some ones are good. This is the Lock and Key Dog Days one. Just get the original Lock and Key one. Champions. Okay, I talked about that. Prisoner X, the best of the Age of X-Men. Something is Killing the Children. I talked about. Get that. It's good. If you liked it, you'll like that. Weapon X. Absolute Carnage. So many tie-ins for that one. I don't know why I have this here. That's Harley Quinn. I don't like that one. Red Goblin, Red Death. Bit too long. It didn't need 2 stories in it, but I liked it. Ocean Master. Just make sure it's not gonna say anything. Ocean Master. It was good. One of the best Aquaman. One of the better Aquaman ones. I read so many of them. This random Batman one. It shouldn't be in there. Flash. It was a random one. It wasn't too terribly confused, so it was good. Low Woods. I'm so pissed off I went from issue 4 to issue 6. Still have not been able to find issue 5. Batman and the Outsiders. Pretty damn good. I want to get more of it. I only had the first 3. And then my local comic store didn't have any of them. The Wonder Woman one. Also no one. They had the first 4 rebirths at my local library. Let them off. 4th one, the God Watch one, wasn't as good. X-Men 266. It was alright. I don't know why that's in here, actually. Suicide Squad 1, the 2019 series. I like the new 52 one, so I probably shouldn't be the one to tell you this, but it's good. Okay, Wolverine, Acts of Evil. I like that one. It was pretty damn good. It was way better than I thought it would be. So was Absolute Carnage. So was that too. But so was Savage Adventures. This is Absolute Carnage Adventures. I don't remember that one. Jessica Jones, Blind Spot. So damn good. I've only read one issue of. It's incoming done right with the murder mystery aspect. Doctor Strange 12. It's a random issue. Adventures of the Wastelands. I love it so far. The only thing I don't like is that you have to read a bunch of ones before. Thor #1. I don't want to read a bunch before. Marvel Comics Presents. Why do I have it here? I didn't like the first one. Ghost Rider #1. And I wanted to read this story before that story. Captain Marvel. Absolute Carnage. And actually pretty good Captain Marvel one. Carnage. Prisoner X. Scarab. One pretty damn good Blue Beetle one. And it made me want to read more of Blue Beetle. Batman v Superman. If the Jeff Loeb is as good as that one, I'm in for a treat. Last Call. This is what made me buy the Peter David run. It says by Peter David. That was one I kept talking about, the newer one by Peter David. Savage Adventures, unpopular opinion, but I like it so far. Ant-Man, just alright. If the next issues are on discount, I'll get them. Incoming, not as bad as I thought it would be. Did not need to be that long. Amazing Spider-Man Daily Bugle. Another one we had read a bunch before. Oh, sorry, this is Hulk Last Call. Okay, so the other Hulk was Great Responsibility. It was Spider-Man as Hulk. It was amazing. It was everything I wanted to be and more. I wish I had more of that one and of Last Call. And even though Last Call was definitely good as a one-shot. Web of Venom, Good Son. I want to know where that was going. Lethal Protector. I think it was a tie-in to Absolute Carnage. I don't know. Absolute Carnage. I want to read that one again. I won't even mind going through all the tie-ins. These are all. There's a bunch of these. Nebula, I don't know why I have this in here. Miles Morales. Oh, that's it. Sorry, it's definitely orange. Read Miles Morales comics. Start with the first one. Absolute Fallout was probably the worst one. Pride the Huntress is one of those dollar comics. I've been seeking that out ever since, but just not wanting to get it on Amazon for whatever reason. I don't know. I like getting things right away. Riddler, why is this in? I didn't like it. It was lame. League of Protectors. It's all Carnage. Fantastic Four versus X-Men. Yet another one. You had to read a bunch of stories beforehand, but not too many. It's just that Powers Effects, House Effects, which I also recommend. Spider-Man was pretty good. Don't expect too much. Marvel's X, so damn good, and I want to get Earth's X because of how good I like that, how much I like that one. Eternals, I want that omnibus that's coming out later this year. Yondu, kind of good. I don't know, so it's alright. JLA Year 1, I want to get that. I want to get the collection. This Green Lantern, Green Arrow one, a drug issue. I'm so glad I have that as a face simile. So I can see all the ads. That's what it is, basically. Poison Ivy one I have in there, I don't know why. So Carnage. Marvelous X-Men, I don't remember. Powers of X, House of X. Get that. It's good. Jonathan Hickman strikes again. And he hits a home run. Family Tree. It's weird, but it's good. King Shazam. I want more Shazam. Can we get more Shazam? I actually do have it. More Shazam. Can we get the Shazam series in the collection readily available? Year of the Villain, Harley Quinn. It's alright. I'm not a huge fan of the comics. Harley Quinn, I guess. I don't know. Fantastic Four. Watch the TV show of Harley Quinn. The DC Universe one. 41 minutes. It's almost an hour. It's free comic book day one. The Fantastic Four, I actually like the Dan Slott run. Absolute Carnage was good. Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman, it's like, get it discounted. I liked it, but I'm not angry I got it for full price, but it's not like a must read. The Joker, You're the Villain. I need to reread that one because I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. Spider-Man and Venom Double Trouble. It's one of those ones, I just realized it is with Poison Ivy. It's one of those ones that doesn't take itself too seriously, but isn't totally lame like a kid's book would be. So it's got that going for it. House Effects, I already talked about. That I already talked about too. The End Deadpool, the best of the ends. Do not get the collection if you, unless you think you'll like it. Unless you read the Captain America one and the Venom one. If you like those ones, then get the collection. If you want, if so desire. I'm not gonna prevent you from doing any of this. Also, Commissioner, You're the Villain, Infected. That was a good one. You're the Villain, Black Mask. I want more of that and Commissioner Gordon. Captain Marvel one, I actually kind of liked it. It was a Kyra Faster Further. I don't totally mind her when she's not like super overpowered. They didn't really go into that. Oh, that's why this was in there. I had double of these. I remember now. Marvelous Epilogue, a little disappointing. I felt like it should have been a bit longer. I know Epilogue. I know I should have realized Epilogue and everything, but whatever. They're one of the best Black Panther ones I've read, which is saying a lot because I'm not a big Black Panther guy. Damn good series. Get this. If you do not get the ones from the library that I didn't like. Lost my train of thought. Jesus, get back on the train. Back on the train. Back on the, Jesus, what was something about, man? Oh, there was the Jamie Delano one. That was at my local library. Oh, Invisible Woman, I might have said that. That one was pretty lame. It was just kind of, yuck. But Invisible Woman I liked. And that's not what I was saying, just, yuck. Harley Quinn, I guess like that enough. Spider-Man Going Big. People don't seem to like it, along with Venom annual. But I liked it. It was like, it's one of those one-off stories, so anyone can get it, so it's one I recommend. I like those one-shots. They call them one-shots. And that is it. Big long video, my longest video yet. This is gonna be a bitch to upload.